Hey everybody, this is Mr. McKee with Net 225. I wanted to go over the Practice PT Skills Assessment PTSA Part 1. All right, since when I went over this myself as the instructor, it actually shows me my completion rate and my items that are configured incorrectly. So this is what you guys look like. I'm logged in with a test account. So test assessment, I'm using 7.3 packet tracer. So hopefully everybody has packet tracer 7.3 already. That's fine. All right, I'm gonna start the assessment. So you have save assessment and configured. Hang on to those loads. All right, there we go. All right, so I can save assessment and continue later if I want. And I may have just clicked on that by accident. Which I did, it's shutting down. All right. So your Cisco Packet Tracer skills assessments have been paused. Relog in to resume the assessment. And I believe it means take assessment again. Let me close this down. Yep. Go back to your NetAcad link right here. Resume assessment. All right. I can remember my choice there. It'll take a couple minutes to load, depending on the internet connection you have. It says do not use browser back button to close or reload any assessment window during the assessment. Packet tracer will be launched automatically as part of this page loading. Complete the packet tracer activity. Your work will be saved every 5 minutes. Well, that's good. Use the buttons here to submit or interrupt your work. So those are grayed out. You can click on them, but you want to start assessment. All right, pops up with packet tracer workspace. All right, so kind of like this, kind of like that. All right, so all this is the same. So what you can do, you can't click check results or reset activity. I told you guys incorrectly. You just need to do all the configs, everything it asks you to do, and probably the one thing that's a little bit different is first thing you need to do is go to router 1, and it says move to the privileged exec mode. It actually, that should be global config, but you're typing in these routes, or not typing them in, copying, pasting those in. Control copy, go to R1. All right, and paste. Actually, let's do enable T. All right, and paste them in there. All right, and make sure you hit enter after the last entry. All right, so just put routes in, and just put routes in. All right, but once you're done, and I did do a video on actually some little tidbits you need to that's actually on our Remuter site, not on Facebook, or not Facebook, YouTube. All right, but you can view that, just some like little tips. I know in here there might be a duplex mismatch possibly for one of the Ether channel connections. You might want to look at that, but check the video for that. I'm not going to give anything more away, but just follow the steps through. I know you get a lot of points for, we'll put it this way, if you're having trouble, you're getting to where it's time to submit this thing for your final grade, make sure you definitely set up all your VLANs, enter the VLAN names, make sure you have VLAN names for everything. Make sure this is a native VLAN. for that one. Make sure all your hosts have default gateways and they're configured. Even if they're not talking to everybody else, make sure they're configured. That's a lot of points right there. All right. But when I was going through it, it was actually grading my stuff. It didn't give me the answers like even in the instructor manual, but I went through it and was able to complete it. I worked on and off for maybe about 3 hours to make sure it was all right. I know the duplicate mismatch really messed me up because just trying to remember how to take that out. That might be a Google item. How to remove the half duplex, and trying to think if there's another one. I believe on the multi-layer switch or the layer 3 switch, you had to what was it? Let me look at it. I don't know if I consider that being really fair. Show run. Let me see if it sticks out. It really didn't stick out there. But before it'll let you put in your ether channel, your switch port mode trunk, I believe you had to put switch port trunk encapsulation, I believe it was, before it'll let you install that. If you have that error, just maybe you have to look at that, and that's just for the layer 3 switch. All right, and obviously make sure IP routing is running on the layer 3 switch. If it's routing stuff, that's a little hint there too. Let's see what else. And I believe that's it. And also, yeah, make sure you use LACP for all your ether channels. Let's see. And that's really it. I'm not going to give you guys give all the answers away, but make sure you do that and you'll be good. But yeah, if you come down to the last minute, just make sure all your hosts have all the IP addressings correct, and that's really all I can say. You have 20 attempts on this thing, so yep, definitely go through it. So let's see, I'm gonna submit my assessment. Now I should get pretty low score on this thing, probably like a 0. Let's just wait and see what it does. Yeah, this thing to get everything right, it took me about 3.5 hours, and I was like, Sunday afternoon, I was like letting the dog out and doing this and that. You get 2 hours, so I mean you have to like pretty much. I would recommend looking at what needs to be submitted. Yeah, I got a 0. Well, I did great. But go in there, look at what you have to do. Look at your addressing, your address list, how everything's set up, what you have to do. Maybe plan that out, write all configs out on a notepad. But let's see, personalized feed. I don't want to look at that. How do I go back? No, I don't want to do that. I want to click this. I want to do assessment history. Item feedback. So this right here is kind of like, this isn't really a giveaway, but if you look here, this actually tells you everything that's wrong. So if you go through here and check, all right, you can see. And here's another thing, I wish they did not do this, but it's already been done, so it's a little late. I don't want to change it. But you see, so there's a whole bunch of That's how it grades it. But looking up here, all right, layer. I can't speak because it's too early. Layer 3 switch is MSW1. All right, multi-switch. I guess they consider that. All right, but if you look up here, all this grading. All right, this is actually where it says switch 2. That's actually switch 1. Because when you open up the terminal for all these switches, they're off by 1. All right. So that's switch 1. This is switch. So there's no switch 1. Switch 2. When you open that up, it's right on the topology, but when you open it up in the window, all right, to do your command line stuff, this is talking about switch 1, even though it's labeled at the top of that window. Switch 2, or yeah, am I saying that right? Topology's right. The terminal is wrong. It's off by 1. So this is actually switch 1 on the topology. This is switch 2 on the topology. This is switch 3. So there's no switch 4 on the topology at all. So that's kind of confusing, especially when you're entering your ether channels, because obviously if you're configuring something on the wrong switch, that's not a good thing. All right, so see, same thing here. This is switch 1, this is switch 2, this is switch 3. But you can, I don't have a problem with you saving this page or printing it. All right, but yeah, it's due tonight, so definitely get on it. There's a lot to do, but there's a lot of port channel stuff, but let's see what else. All the gateways for all the PCs. That's kind of easy points. Right, but anyways, good luck. That's all I can show you. Wish I could show you more, but I can't. All right, so thanks for watching, and good luck on this assessment.